Game Trailer, E3 Awards 2010. Best Online-Only Game.
E3 isn't the best place to play games with a persistent online component. After all, their merits only truly manifest after prolonged exposure. Even so, when a game comes along that has something particularly strong going for it, even a brief look can make a lasting impression. E3's best online-only games tip their hands just enough to make us wonder what remains hidden.
And the nominees are The Agency.
It's been in the cooker long enough to be worrisome, but its showing at E3 2010 suggested that it could very well have been time well spent. Judging from the PvP portions that we saw, there's some promise to this MMO shooter. Let's hope all the extracurricular stuff is on par with the action.
DC Universe Online.
A superhero MMO based on one of the two big comic licenses has so far been fleeting, but DC Universe Online looked like everything was really starting to come together. We initially scoffed at not controlling our favorite heroes, but when we realized it would give us an opportunity to interact with all of them, we were on board.
End of Nations.
Taking fire! I need backup!
Though it looked like a straight RTS at first glance, End of Nations was a real-deal MMO, complete with all the persistence, development, and community features you'd expect from the genre. Regardless of whether it all comes together in the end of Nations made a strong first impression.
Final Fantasy XIV.
Final Fantasy XI was certainly among the best MMOs of its time, and its successor is hoping to emerge as a worthy follow-up. Yeah, we know the sequential progression doesn't make sense, but Final Fantasy XIV has more than a fighting chance to make its mark on the post-WoW world. What we saw at E3 suggested that its designers were marching to their own beat. That's almost always a good thing.
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Anyone who's familiar with WoW will be able to jump right in. But the Old Republic is looking like it'll have enough of the BioWare sensibility in its favor to set it apart. We were taken aback by genuine dialogue sequences in an MMO. There was an extra layer of effort in the Old Republic.
And the winner is Star Wars: The Old Republic.
We promise you, we were not swayed by Old Republic's stunning trailer. It was all about the game itself. Many MMOs cut back on the presentation, and ultimately the character development suffers. That's not the case here, as Tor drives home the fact that fleshing out the good guys and villains is absolutely essential.